Welcome to another episode of DE Raw.
DE Raw?
Yeah.
DE Raw Dog?
Everybody goes sexual with it. Nobody likes Raw D.
No, that's bad. Or good, depending on how you're looking at it.
I'm just saying everybody usually goes weird with it. And I'm just like, you know what? We don't have to. Got the light on. Got Coach Chase here.
You should have to raw dog a glizzy from like 7-Eleven gas station.
What is that?
A glizzy?
Yeah.
The thing that the freaking rolls on the...
I've never had one of those in my entire life.
That's probably why you're going to live forever.
Oh, biscuits. Well, I got the young stud here. We're going to talk about the CrossFit Open.
Amen, brother.
All right, Chase. What's the plan this year for the CrossFit Open for Double Edge?
So this year we're trying to make...
Because Lord knows we've been training for it, apparently.
Yes, damn right we have. If hopefully you guys have all been liking the workouts that I've been putting out. I've been having a great time programming, probably to all of our own demises. I've been doing them with you.
He's been doing them.
I've been doing them, promise.
I told him he couldn't help out on the programming while Jake was out if he wasn't going to do them himself.
So ever since January 1st, I've been doing all of them. Just haven't been posting on Sugar One. But
his time will come.
Yeah, my time will come, I'm sure. Here's the problem, though, or here's the deal. Coach Jess and I, because me and her are going to be running the Open together, we really wanted to make it something that was something to be excited about, and kind of really get in touch with the CrossFit community, right? So I know we are a CrossFit affiliate, but we like to be a Double Edge Fitness because the fitness is less intimidating. However, we are still a CrossFit affiliate, and we do follow CrossFit methodology in our programming.
Wholeheartedly believe in it.
Yep, wholeheartedly believe in it. And with that comes almost an obligation to participate in the Open, right? So this year what we're doing, as you guys all know, we've been programming for it, or we've been training for it. We've been doing one open workout a week. All of our movements have been biased towards doing well in the Open. So for instance, that's why we haven't been doing a lot of back squatting. That's why we've been doing a lot of dumbbell snatches and toast bar and pull-ups and thrusters and wall balls and rowing, tons of rowing. Deadlifting, crap ton of deadlifting. Just really trying to get you guys used to, one, the volume that is present in the Open, as well as the intensity and brutality, so to speak. I don't know, is this going to be posted today or?
Yeah, it usually goes up the same day.
Yeah, so this is
the benefits of Raw D.
Yeah, Jesus.
I mean DE Raw. we record and we post. We don't do any editing.
So this is fresh off the day of deadlifts and burpee box jump overs that we all got to do yesterday. And once again, I know everyone was like, that was really hard. I agree, that was really hard. However, through doing hard things, that's how we get fitter. So all of our programming's tailored towards the Open. And then now, what you'll see starting next week, I believe, is, I know the Open workouts we've been putting on Mondays, Wednesdays, whatever. Now, up until the Open, they will be always on Fridays to kind of get your mental mindset about doing them on Fridays. And then the rest of the program of the week will follow and support Friday's workout.
When does the Open start?
Open starts last Friday of February, and then it will be 3 weeks long. How it's going to go in terms of us as coaches trying to make it the best experience for you guys is I will be doing the workout on Thursday, because the workout gets released on Thursdays at noon. I'll be doing the workout, so I'll be the first sacrificial lamb of the gym, which is totally fine, or as I like to call it, fitness slave. And what will happen is I'll do the workout, and then we will be posting some kind of content that has to do with, hey, this is how Chase did, this is what he thought, this is what you guys need to think of. Here are the movement standards, all of those very important and critical things that are useful when wanting to perform well in the Open. Then on Friday, like we did last year, we will have our Friday Night Lights. Once again, it'll be very similar to how we run a competition. We'll have heats, which I'll talk about in a second. We'll have a warm-up in the back wherever we're going to be at, whether it be South or Midtown. And then from that workout, or from the warm-up in the back, everyone who's going to do the workout, you guys can do that warm-up prior to your heat starting. And then everyone who is registered with the Open will get a judge. You'll get judged on the workout, etc., etc. Now, for the heats, we'll post it on Thursday once we know exactly how many people in a heat we can run. You guys will be in charge of signing up for your heat through Mind Body.
That is the goal.
Yeah.
So we'll have the heats built out in the Mind Body that evening. So you can just book it like a class, book your spot, have a plan.
Correct.
Again, we won't know duration or anything until after it's announced. So
Yep.
that's the goal to do that. I'm going to make a 95% promise that that's the way we're going to pull it off.
Yep. And if there's a 5% difference, then we'll let you guys know.
Yep.
But the current goal and plan is to go through Mind Body, and that will be released on Thursday at some given point. And then from there, you will be able to sign in to your heat. So I know people work. I know people get off late or get off at weird times. And so that way, that gives you the autonomy to be like, okay, I know I can get off at this time this day. I want to make sure I have this much time to warm up. I'm going to try to go in this heat. Oh, that heat's already taken. I can either go to the heat that's after it or the heat that's before it. And that way you guys kind of get to choose what would work best for you. In addition to that, if you do not sign up for a heat and you wish to participate in Friday Night Lights, which we all want you guys to do, that will be, when you get there on Friday night, you will be put into the next heat. So whether that's 3 heats from now or 2 heats from now, or hey, you have 5 minutes, like that is what's going to happen. So
get in where you fit in. If you don't sign up, that just top that part off. We are going to run the Open in class.
Correct. Yes.
All day long on Friday, just like we have in the past.
Correct.
The goal is to make the evenings a community event.
Correct.
Bring people together from both gyms and just have some fun together for 3 weeks in a row. Mm-hmm. Doing the 3-week deal is much more manageable as coaches and owners to pull off 3 weeks in a row versus the 5 weeks that it used to be. So, yeah, I think it'd be a very fun time. Participation's obviously important. Mm-hmm. So, we want you guys to have fun. We put together a nice environment for you, mm-hmm. and some nice structure to it, and also have some, solid coaching. Like Chase said, he's going to throw down on Thursdays. There's a slight chance I'm going to do it with him on Thursdays. Maybe we'll go live. Possibly. Yeah. The goal, like Chase said in the beginning, we are a CrossFit affiliate. I still believe in CrossFit wholeheartedly as a training methodology. Mm-hmm. I've gone into detail a couple of times on why I believe that, especially when it comes to playing the long game of life, health, fitness, wellness. But the caveat is you want to test yourself. Mm-hmm. You want to have a measurement, a gauge of performance improvement into where you're at mm-hmm. in your fitness journey. And the Open really 100%. Is a great way to explore that once a year, mm-hmm. have the opportunity to get in there and see where you are at against your peers and as far as a quote-unquote fitness level. And I do believe there is big value in that, playing the long game. So, and when I say long game, I'm talking about health and fitness. We want to see our health amongst our peer groups because obviously each decade of life you go on, chances of you continuously improving is going to diminish. Mm-hmm. It's just the way aging works. But you can see where you are at, and if you're constantly in the top, 80% of your entire peer group for your entire life, that's just going to give you a higher standard of fitness that you get to degrade from, essentially.
You get to die at a higher spot.
Yeah, I mean, Peter Attia talks about it. If you're really fit and way up here, your rate of decline ends here. If you're not really fit, your rate of decline ends down here. So I love the Open for that component. I love the Open for the pieces of the community. No, the whole world does it.
Mm-hmm. Whole world does it.
It's just, there's no fitness community like it.
No.
There's still nothing that remotely coexists in the same world as CrossFit when it comes to community of fitness. It's not there.
One other thing, so what Derek's talking about right now is serendipitously, Coach Jess and I have been putting out reasons to do the Open in the newsletter. What we're literally talking about right now is what will be talked about in the next newsletter. And in that post, I go through basically debunking the excuses of why not to do the Open. I know there's a whole range of, and just to, I guess, give you a preview, typically people don't do the Open for one of two reasons or a combination of the two. It's either a lack of desire, which is fine. I don't want to do the Open. I don't care about it. I just want to get in and train and then leave. Or they do it because of feeling of inadequacy of a former fitness self. Usually it's a combination of the two, or maybe one or the other. And going off of what you were saying about the longevity, the Open provides a near perfect metric to look at for your fitness. Now, I know you guys it's a competition, so to speak, because you're going to be putting your fitness against other people's fitness, and you will be given a placement. However, I want you guys to be looking at that placement as a number. It's a numerical value. It's purely objective. Do not add any subjective noise into it, right? If you get 50,000th place, okay, great. You got 15,000th place. That's your number, all right? So next year, your goal is to get better than 50,000th place. That's really hard to say.
Well, and you're going to grow amongst your peer groups.
And you're going to grow amongst your peer groups. And the other portion of that is, from a longevity standpoint, the Open also tells you this is where my inadequacies were, right? So
holes.
Let's say I wasn't that strong this year. My engine was awesome, but my strength was just not there, right? So, okay, now you know you need to be biasing your next year of training to more strength stuff. What's great about that, going from a longevity standpoint, once again, is the more muscle mass you have, more you have to lose, which is going to be...
Muscle is king.
Yeah, which is better as you age. So if I have more muscle, as an example, than Derek at 80, I'm using it as an example. If I have more muscle at 80 than Derek, okay, great.
That means like 60 when I'm 80?
Let's just pretend that we're the same age for the sake of the analogy. Then I'm going to be in most likely much better physical condition at 80 than Derek is.
Yep. And
I'm also going to have a higher likelihood of having a better health span when I'm 80 than Derek would in this hypothetical scenario. The other thing we can talk about, which I do discuss a little bit in next week's post, is some pseudo sports psychology. And this has to do with the feeling of inadequacy when doing the Open. So I'll be the first to admit it. In 2018, I was fitter than I was currently, which has been fun to see because of it seems like we've done a lot of workouts from 2018 and 2019 area. And it's been funny to look back and holy crap, I got that score? That's impressive. So I'll be the first one to admit it. Yep, I was in 2018, I was fitter than I was now. I was training a lot more. I wasn't in graduate school or anything of the like. However, that being said, I still want to do the Open to see, okay, this is where I'm at now. This is where I was at when I was really, really fit. If I wanted to get really, really fit again, I can do it. I just have to do X, Y, and Z to get there. I have to work on X, Y, and Z, right? I'm not looking at the Open of me getting a really bad Open score and one of the workouts as, shit, I suck, I'm horrible, I can't believe I did this, I suck. I'm looking at it as, oh crap, I gotta work on that. And when I work on that, that's gonna improve my overall fitness tremendously. In sports psychology, there's this thing of high achievers and low achievers, and typically these people fall into also outcome-oriented individuals and process-oriented individuals. So high achievers are process-oriented, low achievers are outcome-oriented. And why this is important to the Open, once again, I talk about this in the newsletter for next week, is outcome-oriented individuals that are also low achievers. Low achievers tend to not do things when there's a low chance of success. So, for instance, I'm not going to do the Open because I'm probably not going to win. Well, okay, that's silly. In addition with that, they're also focusing on the outcome of their performance. Why would I do X if I'm going to do poorly? Okay, the problem with that notion is when we compare that to high achievers that are also process-oriented, and typically, once again, low achievers are outcome-oriented and high achievers are process-oriented. When the high achiever looks at something, a task, they only really want to do it when there's a high chance that they probably won't succeed. They enjoy the stimulation of, this is going to be really freaking hard, and I'm going to have to be really, really in an intense state in order to try and even succeed at a certain amount. They also focus on the process of completing that task. So, for instance, once again, we'll use the same analogy. I'm going to do the Open. It's going to be really hard for me. The scaled, even if I'm going to do scaled, the scaled workout's going to be really hard for me. I don't have a ring muscle up. I don't have a bar muscle up. Shit, what am I going to do? You know what? I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best. Okay, awesome. Now you do the Open. Now you're going to look at the process of what you have to do in order to get better. So, okay, I did bad. All right, now I'm going to enjoy the process of, I got to work on this. I got to work on this. I got to work on this. And because of this, low achievers who are outcome oriented typically do not reach their goals as successfully as high achievers that are process oriented. And once again, next week in the newsletter, I'll go over that in writing. So how does that relate to the Open? Well, my goal for everyone in this gym, and what I think what makes some of our coaching staff so amazing, is that we are all high achievers and we all are process oriented. We're always trying to make the gym better. We're always trying to coach better. We're always trying to be better, even though it's really hard, and we're focusing on the process of doing it. Opening up 2 gyms is not easy by any means. No,
it's just a mindset. Like I said yesterday, it's a total mindset around doing hard things makes you better.
Correct, 100%.
Putting yourself in challenging situations makes you stronger, both mentally and physically. And the Open offers that opportunity. You know, even though you're competing against your peers and so forth, the reality is you're competing against yourself. For the Open, for me now, is me against myself.
Correct.
100%, that's it. That's all I care about.
Yep.
Am I improving? Where are the holes in my fitness? Where are the areas that I can focus on for me? You know, and I want to get into, we're not saying you need to sign up for the Open. You know, Double Edge gets nothing out of you going to CrossFit.com and signing up for the Open, paying them their fee. There's no benefit other than you tracking your scores against the world and like having that catalog there. For me personally, I will not be signing up for the official Open for one reason and one reason only. I committed to testosterone replacement therapy 4 months ago. And with that, it's very clearly defined in the rule book that that is a no rep. So, and it's just not fair. It's an integrity issue for me. I know what I'm doing with my own health for the long term and why, and I'm going to be doing a pretty in-depth podcast on all things TRT. But this is my health journey, and the Open's important to me in challenging that health journey. And that is why I will participate in the workouts. I will be giving them my best effort, and I will be mapping out my process for me and how and where I have the opportunities to continue to improve. I mean, I already know off the top of my head, handstand walking has been one of my biggest holes in my fitness for the longest period of time. And I know over the years and this past year of training that I've improved in many areas, but that's still one grossly disgusting hole. So that's one of the biggest pieces of all of CrossFit I like. You only get as bored as you want to be bored. There's always areas to work on, improve, and build upon. And all this honestly contributes to your long-term health when executed properly. And we can have fun doing it. So, you know, I'm all about you guys. We're going to attempt to figure out an internal gym competition kind of online leaderboard format for our gym members, because I know a lot of members don't want to sign up and do it via CrossFit.com.
Yep.
And I'm not saying you shouldn't or you should. It's just a personal choice. My role as a gym owner, my what do you want to say? Obligation as a owner, coach. Like, I'm very transparent about where I am on my own personal health journey and everything. So there's an integrity issue there if I were to keep it secret and just come out and compete in the open. Even though I don't think I'm going to make it anywhere, it's an integrity issue.
Well, and we talked about this last week. So I've been taking colostrum. And colostrum, I'm calling it the gray area. So, for instance, colostrum has IGF-1 in it. And by the way, I'm taking bovine colostrum. I'm not drinking breast milk, okay? But it's this gray area thing, and I've been taking it probably 5 times a week, and it's just a little scoop, and I love it. I do feel better on it. I like it. I enjoy it. I don't really notice any performance benefits. You're still kicking my ass. So, however, it does have a little bit more IGF-1 in it, which IGF-1 is in a lot of dairy products. It's in milk. It's what we all drink. It's in yogurt. It just has a little bit more in it than, say, milk or yogurt. However,
which influences growth hormone.
And helps with, muscle mass and all that. It's not the reason I'm taking it. I'm very happy with the amount of muscle mass I have. I'm taking it for all the other health benefits that reside in it. However, even for me, with taking it, it's that gray area of, if I were to get tested, I don't think I would pop for IGF-1. However, I'm 90% sure. That 10% is what will haunt me. So for the way that Derek and I were talking about this was, let's say that Derek and I get 1,000th place. That means everyone up from us, we just took a placement from them. So let's say there was a guy in 1,001 place, and his goal this year was to be under 1,000. And now Derek and I have just taken that from him. And he's been clean, or she's been clean, for the entire year. They've been doing great. They've been working hard. And now we just robbed them of their hard work. And that is just something as a gym that we just can't stand for.
No.
And same deal. It goes even further upstream. Someone wanted to get below 10,000th. And now they're 10,001 because Derek and I decided to do the open, right? Once again, it's TRT versus colostrum. It's still an integrity thing, right? I could probably do the open and be fine, but I care a lot about my integrity, and I care a lot about my transparency with it. Once again, I'm not doing IGF-1. I'm not sticking needles in my butt or any gnarly steroids.
I am.
Derek is. I drink a little bit of. It's tiny little powder thing and scoop. However, once again, that's enough to get to my morals. I'm like, I can't do it. However, once again, here's how I'm going to be doing it, because I do want to make sure that everyone knows that it's important to me that you guys do the open, and this can apply to Derek too. When I do the workout and I get my score, my goal is I'm going to take my score and then I'm going to look at where on the leaderboard that would be. All right. And then I'm going to do that across the whole 3 weeks. So I'm going to kind of make my own pseudo leaderboard and give myself my own pseudo placement. So let's say, okay, I would have been 1,500. I got 900th in this workout. I got 700th in this workout. And then I got 3,000 in this workout. Okay. I need to work on the stuff and the stimulus that was present in the 3,000th one. I'm still participating in the open. I'm still interacting with the leaderboard, still doing all of these little things that makes me part of the community, but I'm not stealing a placement from someone else.
We're just emphasizing, one, the integrity piece, but two, this is about you versus you.
Correct.
This is about your improvement, you testing yourself, you getting out there and exposing, your weaknesses and honoring your strengths.
Correct.
So, yeah, and no judgment here or there. I'm willing to bet there are lots of folks on special supplements.
Yep, special supplements. That's a good way to put it. They're on the fun ones.
Yeah, that aren't being medically managed and that aren't in therapeutic ranges. But I'm not here to judge. It is what it is. It's the nature of all of it. The reality is, we made the decision, obviously mine's a little more, I think, not critical, but less gray area than Chase's.
This is more black, and mine's a little bit more light gray.
Yeah, mine's very black and white. And, and I think it's important for me at my age, going on 40 years old, and where I am with my health journey, to talk about me both being on TRT, but also this journey of my health and fitness for my long-term health and how I am approaching that, thinking about that. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like I've been saying it a lot lately. This is all me versus me, mm-hmm. and my future self and my 80-year-old self, and your
100th-year-old self.
I'm not going to get too confident there, but 90 would be sick. A functioning 90-year-old would be awesome.
My goal is at least 101.
Well, yeah.
I'm starting younger.
You're starting younger.
Yeah. One other thing that I wanted to talk about was, and it's going off of it's you versus you. Jess talked about this last week in the newsletter, or this week in the newsletter. My weeks are all messed up. Where it is you versus you, right? The moment you start comparing yourself to people or to other scorers is the moment you start thieving yourself of joy, mm-hmm. right? So, and this is very common. I see it a lot, even inside the walls of our gym.
See it in the gym every day?
Yeah, every day. And I understand, because it's how it's really hard, because we are on a leaderboard. We're competitive by nature. As the moment you put your name on that leaderboard, you're instantly going to compare yourself to other people. However, there is a way where you can put your score on the leaderboard, be like, hey, you know what? I gave it my best effort, and I'm super stoked with that, mm-hmm. right? Because, okay, let's say someone beat you by 5 minutes.
And they cheated.
You're really going to let that thieve you of how proud of you were of that effort? Because I've had it happen before. It was when I was a little bit younger. Yes, younger than I am now. Where I would feel like, man, I crushed that. I'm so proud of it. And then I'd have a friend or someone I know who would blow me out of the water. And I would instantly like, why, dude, what the fuck? Like, I'm so bummed. I can't compete with that. Like, I don't know what I would do. Like, it was very, very poor competitive mindset. Whereas now it's like, yesterday's workout, I could not have gone. Maybe I could have changed the pacing a little bit, but I could not have gone a freaking second faster. I was ready to be on a vomit comet, and that rower was taking my soul.
And then there's me not trying to gloat because I got you.
And you won.
But, I mean, in all honesty, I sandbagged the row. Like, I know the middle 6 minutes of that, and even though, like, I did well in the workout, not gonna lie, last night when I was going to bed, I was like, it ate at me a little bit, mm-hmm. that I sandbagged the middle of the row.
Well, and that was one of the first things you told me yesterday. Mm-hmm. When I walked in the gym, you were like, hey, like, I said, I could have gone faster on the row. And it's like...
And it was not out of a place of gloating.
No.
It was out of a place of my own internal deal. I went really hard on the burpees.
Yeah.
And that was a goal of mine, to absolutely hurt there, because typically that's a place I fall apart. Mm-hmm. And then I just got comfortable with my... So this is just not to ramble on. It's just a reiterating of a point that it's you versus you.
Yep.
And the best version of yourself.
And give it your best effort.
Yep.
Don't compare yourself to any other one except your best effort. What Derek just said, if it wasn't your best effort, okay, retest it until you get it to be your best effort. Not because of like, oh, I need to get this score.
I need to beat this person.
Don't do it because I need to beat this person. It is, the only reason you ever redo a workout is because, I could have done better.
Something tactically went wrong.
Or you didn't put the effort forth that you felt you needed.
Of all the years of the Open, I've only repeated one workout that I actually improved upon. Most of them I either tie my previous score or do worse. It was the first year dumbbell snatches was in. We changed the transition.
With the dumbbell snatches?
Snatches and burpees.
Oh, fuck that.
We changed how we transitioned, and that was a tactical deal.
Yep.
And when we changed that, I improved by a lot.
Yep.
So yeah, and this year, cheer on your fellow classmate, mm-hmm. cheer on your community, be supportive, don't fucking cheat.
Fuck.
Have some integrity with your scores.
It's one of our core values at the gym.
With your reps, and have fun.
Yep.
that's kind of the gist of the whole thing, and we want everybody to have a good time. To kick it, or the end the whole deal, one thing we're planning on is having a pretty sizable party. It's going to be Double Edge's. The Open ends on Midtown's 10th birthday. Mm-hmm. So we're planning on doing a little bit of shindig and making that a really fun day, a big community day. So,
and we'll put more stuff with that when we talk about.
We get more details and things.
Yeah, when we talk more about the in-house competition that we might be doing too with the Open. It'd be the same Open work. It'd be the same workouts, everything, but instead of going through CrossFit,
be like using our current leaderboard, but it would be an aggregate of all 3 scores.
Correct.
So,
yeah. More information coming about that later.
I think that's all we got. If you got questions, talk to your coach, shoot us an email. But we're excited. Again, excited. You can sign up for the actual Open right now on CrossFit.com if you want to go that route. Again, Double Edge gets nothing either way out of this. Our goal is just to have a fun community event and help you guys test yourselves. And have some fun. So, love you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of DE Raw.